I feel like at some point, I don't even know where I heard it from anymore, that it was like, we have to do just one thing. You're not like, you just have to be an actor. You can't be a musician, or you can't be a writer and all that. And I know that feels old like now, but like, it doesn't feel like you did that. You were like, no, I'm an artist and I'm going to do all of it. But in my mind, I think I was just told, if you're going to be an actor, just be an actor. And so I bought that hook, line, and sinker. Did you ever hear that? Or were you just like, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to do all of these things because I want to?
You know, I did hear at one point, if you want to be a director, you should just be a director. And I remade my website and said, you're just too many things. It's very confusing for people. And I remade my website, so I was just a director. And I was like, you know what, that just doesn't feel authentic, you know? And then there was another director, Liu is her name, and she's in my documentary. And she said, like, I don't want to just be this or that. I want to be all the things. And why can't I be? And I began to think, you know, she's right. She's right. You know, here's a very interesting point, right? I think it was my mother or some wise woman along the way said, you know, if you see a situation you don't understand, look for the financial interest. Whose life does it make easier to keep you in a box? The person who's looking for the shortest distance between themselves and a dollar. That makes you easier to sell. You become a product. And I think because I grew up in show business as a kid, I saw that I became a product. I needed to be easy for people to digest and swallow. And here I was, the Band-Aid kid, and there I was, the Maybelline girl. And people like that. You don't become threatening if you're too many other things, you know? And I was like, it really was something I started butting up against in my early 20s. And partly, I think it's because I had an extreme situation. You know, my mother got cancer when I was in my teens, and then she was dying, and all throughout my 20s, it was extraordinarily stressful. And I had to look beyond for other reasons, like, what is life about? What is going on here? I need something bigger than what you're selling me. This idea that if I stick to this plan, it's going to get me what? I don't know, on Grey's Anatomy or something. Like, is that going to satisfy me? Is that enough? Because I'd see kids growing up in show business and they were crazy.
Yeah.
Poor things, you know, it's like snacks. They were like potato chips. Wow. So I began to, and then they would be all used up and then they were thrown away. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I had value. I played the game. I did what you wanted. I was the cute kid, or I wore my ponytails like you wanted. Like, what about me? Don't you care anymore? And the fact of the matter is like, we as actors have to look like, okay, this is a business. And here I am, this product fitting in this business, but then I am an artist. Yeah. I have to always remember I am an artist. How do I feed that? And how do I find people in my team that look at me and go, you are an artist. I want to make sure you have that. What are you doing to, you know, just even like a single question once a year, they'll say to you, what are you doing to feed your soul as an artist?
Yeah, we do so much of waiting, though. We do so much of not being the artist. You know, as I hear you saying that, what I translate that to mean myself is, there is a product. DaJuan, you play that guy. That's great. I can play that guy, but I also like to sing and dance, or I also like to, I mean, writing, or I want to tell this story, but I'm a little bit afraid. And so what I hear you saying is, who says you can't do it all? Who says you can't dabble into it all, right? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but.
Absolutely. I mean, the way I also look at it is like, why do I listen to the person who really doesn't have my interests at heart?
Wow. But we think they do, because that's
Why give them that power when the real power is your knowingness of who you are and what you want to create and how you want to create it? And you kind of self-validate your power, and then draw to you the people who support that.